Tonight we're going to clear up a lot of confusion about what the bass line on the SR18 can and cannot do. First of all, we have our SR18 hooked onto a bass amplifier through the audio output, and then we have a MIDI input coming in from our Roland A800 Pro MIDI controller. So the first thing we're going to do is to set up our SR18 to receive bass input so we can play the bass synthesizer in the SR18. To do that, we press System Setup. We change the MIDI channel. First of all, we want to change the MIDI channel on the bass part, so we press the bass part first, and we see that the MIDI channel on the bass part is 3. We leave it at 3 for now and set channel 3 on our MIDI controller. Then when we go to 2, we want to allow the bass MIDI in to be on. So bass in on V1 is what we set by pressing the increment buttons. And basically that's about all we have to set. We don't need bass out. And all the rest, we don't need clock in or clock out. So that's about it. Make sure you have your clock turned off if using your MIDI controller, because we're playing the instruments inside of the SR18. We only need clock if we're doing timing and using patterns. Okay, so when you've done that, you press your System Setup again. You know, if you want to save it, you have to hold down the save copy and press record if you want it to be permanent. Now when you play your MIDI controller, you get the bass notes over approximately a 3-octave range. Notice these keys are not sounding, then it starts at the A. And it goes up to the C. So you get 3 octaves of bass notes playing the bass live on your SR18. Now I want you guys to understand clearly that you can play the bass from either the pads or the external MIDI, and you can record it into the sequencer. What the SR18 cannot do is analyze chords either in audio or MIDI and choose an appropriate bass. The SR18 is also not capable of adjusting to how fast you're playing. Like, if you want those features, you have to buy an arranger keyboard. Yamaha arranger keyboards can accommodate changes in playing and adapt, and they also analyze the chords, the notes you're playing, to give the correct bass line for those chords. These features are not possible on the Alesis SR18. To record a bass line for your song, you have to first of all put the proper bass that matches your chords in the correct patterns, and then string the patterns into a sequence which would obviously play in the song memory. This is a very roundabout and difficult way to program a bass for your drumming that matches the chords of the song you're particularly playing. It can be done, but it is not easy. Hope to see you in the next video.